Hi, I'm Amanda First, Director of Public Interest Programs at the Law School, and I'm here to talk to you about experiential learning opportunities. Certainly during your summers and during your 2L and 3L year, many students explore experiential learning as ways to develop skills, look at new areas of law, and really plan their career path. So today we're going to discuss the different options at the law school, the timing, and how to get involved. So there's a lot of reasons why students engage in experiential learning. You can build your skill set, you can explore career paths, employers, and areas of law, often different from your summer positions. You can really put the things that you're learning in school into practice. It's really helpful to meet attorneys and to build your network. It's a really good benefit to build some of these experiences into your schedule. If you're doing something under experiential learning, you're getting credit for it, and that can make it a little easier to build some experiences into your packed law school schedule. And it is helpful. Experiential learning provides some oversight and some structure for law clerk positions or internships, which can be helpful as you're just starting to explore in your legal career. So there's some key players with experiential learning at the law school, and these players will come into part in different programs that you might encounter. Certainly you should talk to the Career Center. There's different considerations, and your career counselor is really best suited to talk to you about what employers and what programs might be a good fit for you and your interests. A lot of work is done in some of these through student services and the registrar. So if you have academic advising questions, you can reach out to them. Faculty members are here to advise you on opportunities and on what might be a good fit for building your path. And then certainly employers, people that you're working with or that you're talking to, they'll have their own pieces of advice, they'll have opportunities for you, and are a good resource as well. So here is a summary of the different kinds of experiential learning options at the law school. This is really after your 1L year. So during 1L year, students are doing law and practice during the spring semester. And then from 1L summer going forward, these are the options that students have to engage in experiential learning. And we'll go through each of them individually. Some of these are available every summer and every semester. Some of these are only available during the school year, and some of them would be available to 3L students. So in developing what kinds of experiential learning are right for you, you definitely want to have these considerations in mind. Is this something that is worth doing over the summer, full-time, for 10 weeks, or is this something that maybe you want to do for 50 hours for a semester? The timing of things. It's really helpful to do experiential learning opportunities with employers before you apply to them. So thinking about when you might apply to a federal judicial clerkship or a trial court clerkship or a postgraduate employer can help you decide about when it's best to do those kind of experiences. When you're looking at your graduation requirements, there is an in-class credit requirement for JD students. If you go on the JD requirements website, there's a list of everything that's out of class, which is most experiential learning. Many of the clinical positions aren't counted in there, and journal and moot court. So you want to make sure that you're hitting the right number of in-class credits towards your JD. And certainly this is something that if you're confused about or if you have questions, you can absolutely reach out. So we'll start with opportunities that are available for the summer after your 1L year, so your 2L and 3L summer, school year option and school year options that students have. So first is the judicial externship. So students can do this, their 1L summer, fall and spring 2L year, their 2L summer, fall and spring 3L year. At this point, students can do 2 judicial externships during law school. There's a 2-step process if you're interested in judicial externships. So students that would like to apply for federal judges through this process are applying to Professor Chomsky usually a couple months before the summer or a couple months before the semester. Once you apply, it is expected that you would accept that position if offered. If you're interested in state appellate or state trial court judges, then you're just registering for the class, and then Professor Chomsky is working with you later to find a good fit. So in a judicial externship, students are working in a judge's chambers, again, for 1, 2, or 3 credits, and really providing work for the judges, usually research and writing, and the judges' law clerks. This is a really great opportunity to explore what a postgraduate judicial clerkship is like, to get a good connection with a judge, and to really see what it means to be in court and the kind of work that happens in the judiciary and in legal processes. Another kind of experiential learning that's available to students, again, during the summers and throughout the school year are field placements. So the law school calls these field placements. They're also called externships. And this is really where you're working with an agency, a nonprofit, a government agency for credit. So there's a couple different paths at the law school that you can explore. With all of these, this is something where you'll work with your faculty instructor to maybe identify some organizations and to reach out, or many students come to this already having had a position from an organization and they just need to turn it into credit. So independent is where you pick the faculty instructor and you really design this yourself. The other ones, public interest, immigration, and human rights, are where you're working with assigned faculty instructors. I do the public interest one, Amanda Lyons does the human rights field placement, and Deepinder Mayal does the immigration one. So again, you can reach out to any of us for ideas, or certainly if you already have a position in mind. So most field placements are students turning volunteer positions into positions that they'll do for credit. You can do 1, 2, or 3 credit hours for 50, 100, or 150 hours of work throughout the semester. And this is really something that students do to be able to get experience, but build it into their schedule. The law school does have a corporate externship program. In the past, corporations and the law school's program has preferred that it be done 2L summer, but the last couple years it's been open to 1Ls during 1L summer as well. This is where students are working at a corporation over the summer. This isn't available during the school year, just the summer, doing work for that corporation, usually for the in-house counsel for credit. If you're interested in this opportunity, we also have a postgraduate corporate fellows program that's run by Sarah Roney, where students are working directly with corporations after they graduate. So again, this is an application process that you would apply to a couple months before the start of summer if you're interested. So now I'll move on to some experiential learning opportunities that are just available 3L year. These are not things that you can do after your 1L year or during your 2L year or your 2L summer. These are just things that you can do during your 3rd year of law school. So first is the SAIC's Public Interest Residency Program. This program's been around for a couple years. This is where students are working during their third year, the entire year, 32 hours a week for a nonprofit or government organization for school credit. It's a lot of credits. They then graduate, take a break for the PAR exam, and they also have a guaranteed postgraduate position for 1 year that's paid by that same organization. So students would apply to this program to individual host organizations that they're interested in, typically during winter break of their 2L year. Then you would start in the fall of your 3L year, work the entire year, take that bar exam, and then do your postgraduate year. The partner organizations change every year. We have a lot of interest and have some rotating. It is a lot of government and nonprofit organizations. It is organizations that are located in Minnesota. And we have had students take an extra class on the side, but most of your credits are coming from the residency program. So in addition to the residency program, 3Ls can now participate in our remote semester program. So this is for 3Ls that are really looking to get in at an organization that's outside of Minnesota, or in some cases in greater Minnesota, and they want to work there full time for credit for one semester during their 3L year. So it's best to start working early. Some organizations will have postings, so you can start reaching out or looking for those postings. You would do the experience during fall or spring semester of your 3rd year. It is a full-time externship in that you would be getting 10 externship credits from this experience through the program. And students are also required to sign up for a 2-credit independent research and writing paper, just have some writing experience to go along with their externship credit. So that should provide a summary of experiential learning opportunities at the law school that are available during 2L and 3L year. Certainly 2 things on the initial list. Clinics, you get a lot of information about throughout the end of 1L year and during the clinical fair that spring. And then their law school has had capstone courses in the past that are just traditional courses that you sign up for that have simulation components. So if you have questions about any of the programs or what might be a good fit for you, you can work with your career counselor, or you're welcome to reach out to me anytime. Thank you.